with me after Andy's passing. Grief is like the ocean. It comes in waves, ebbing and flowing. Sometimes the water is calm, and sometimes overwhelming. And all we can do is learn to swim. So, Kim Nordheim shared that with me. That quote kind of meant a lot of about to me. I was not a swimmer, and for those that know me, Andy used to tease me all the time because I would get in the pool and like 13 seconds later, I'm like, I gotta get out, it's too cold. I left at about 98 degrees, and even then I would get out and be shivering. So even though I was not a famous freestyler, he still liked me. And he overlooked that terrible swimming stroke that I had and loved me nonetheless. And I've known Andy all my life. I lived literally 4 houses down from the Coans. We probably could have thrown a football. Some of you probably could have thrown a football from my house to his. And about 4.5 years ago, I was actually, my friend Wendy is here today. I was on a train, the Marta train, and I was going to her son's bar mitzvah, and you may be here, I don't know, I ran into a gentleman that was from Coral Springs who was a swimmer, and I just said, do you happen to know Andy? And he's like, well, of course, everyone knew Andy. I go, oh, he used to be my neighbor. He goes, well, where is he? I'm like, I have no idea. So I got home and I found him on Facebook of all places, and we talked once, and I think we sent a few messages. And then about 5 or 4 months later, he actually called me and said, do you want to come over and watch a movie? I'm like, okay. It was a rainy afternoon, a summer afternoon, and I literally remember what I was wearing. I was wearing a white t-shirt, and I'm a big Colts fan, so I had these Colts sweatpants on. Clearly not something you'd want to wear, dating someone that you kind of have interest in for the first time after many, many years. And I shared with Fred, where's Fred, this story, that when Andy saw me for the first time, he said, oh my gosh, you're so much prettier in person than you are in your pictures. And when I shared that story with Fred, Fred said to me, oh my God, I can see, I just fell in love with Andy all over again, and I know why you didn't know. So from that moment on, we were pretty much inseparable. And despite my look that evening on that rainy afternoon, oh, there's Fred, and here's the story. And then after several months, he introduced me to his greatest love, you, Richard. We've had many mountains to climb over the years, starting with that Galen beret. And it came on so quickly and so frightening. But he never once said, woe is me, why me, how come? His determination was tireless. And he would set these little steps, what he was going to do the next day. And lo and behold, he did it. He came home from the hospital, and after 2 months, is his nurse Lucy here? No? Oh my gosh. Well, they used to fight over him in the hospital. Who was going to take care of him? She would go to her charge nurse every day and say, can I just take on one more patient? I'll take 6 or 7 if I can just have Andy. And she was going back to school. I was hoping, I thought she might be coming to come. She was going back to school, and she was working on her nurse practitioner's degree. And she would complain about it. And she said, what she remembered, she reached out to me recently. She said, Andy told me never to stop. And she was, and when I was tired and I didn't want to study anymore, she remembered that. And that's the kind of person that you think about with Andy. And let's see here, sorry. So when he came home, he was not ambulatory at all. And I would have to slide him on a slide board, Jamie, right? Jamie, his beautiful OT, is here, and she's coming in a minute. And I would say, okay, ready? Andy, on 3, we're gonna go. And he would have a belt on. And he's pretty tall, and I'm kind of little, and I'd go, ready? 1, 2, shh. And he'd go, what happened to 3? So clearly you can see him everywhere. I didn't care. We went to Slide City. We went to California. We went to, where else, Richard? You can probably, the Keys. I even took him, and for those of you that know Andy, he does not like country. I took him to a Darius Rucker concert in the rain, in the pouring down rain, and he was miserable. I was miserable. We didn't care because he was doing that for me. And then, oh yeah, I threw him a surprise birthday party as well. For all of those that you guys were here, know how stunned he was with that one. We went to the University of Tennessee Hall of Fame. So on my 50th birthday, and Jamie, this is where you come in, Andy had to be met with the DeAndre. He had no movement in his arms. And we were sitting at a high tower, we got breakfast, and I said, okay, ready? And I was getting ready to tell him, and he's like, no. I'm like, okay. And lo and behold, on my 50th birthday, he fed himself by himself. And I know you were practicing with him. This is his OT, Jamie. He was his very first OT. And I said to him, and I burst out into tears, and the waitress was like, you know, and I said, and then we started to giggle because only he and I knew that whole big story. So fast forward 2 years from the initial onset of the Guillain-Barré and the terribly sad news of the bladder cancer came. This past December. And I don't think either one of us ever could muster, or even we didn't think we were not going to be able to get through this. And I'm going to share this story, Jack, because you're part of this. On the morning of his very radical surgery, I was a nervous wreck. And Jack called me maybe around 10 o'clock after the surgery had begun. And he's like, Karen, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, sure, Jack. And he goes, well, Andy had sent him a text that morning to make sure I was okay. Meanwhile, he was getting ready to have this very large surgery, yet he wanted to make sure I was okay. So that's the kind of man he was. When he was in the hospital last time, we talked a lot about our years together and how he wanted to come home and spend his days there. And I have to share with you, all of you that visited, I can't thank you enough. Kurt, I'm going to share a story about you because you were several gentlemen, you sat there, and I peeked in, and Andy said, come sit with us. And I'm like, hanging out with your guys. And Andy said, well, you are one of the guys. I'm like, I know, I'm not that girly. Kurt said to me, Karen, that is a badge of honor. And I slapped that badge right on my chest, and I sat down, and I talked with them. I don't even think I did much talking, but I was just there. And Fred, back to you. When you came, and I don't even know if you knew I was listening, and you told me these stories with so much animation, and I listened. I can't thank you enough, because it made my heart so happy. And Lee, when we were sitting with him, listening to music. And the next morning he woke up and he said, are you ready? I'm like, where are we going? Because we're going sailing with Lee. And then he realized he had a dream. And he said, Karen, that's the most beautiful dream I've ever had. Most nights, I would lay in bed and I would have my hand on his chest to make sure that he would be with us the next day. Some of those last moments, Bill, I have to thank you for allowing me that time with him. In his last night, I don't mean to be such a bummer, but this is kind of and I'm sure Bill, you witnessed this, and Jack, you were there. Andy somehow mustered up the strength to wrap his arm around me was rubbing my shoulder, and he kept telling me, don't go. I go, I'll be right back. And when I got back, his arm was there. And I called Jim's Nook, which was my favorite place, and I kept telling him, "That's my favorite place, you're not." And he kept whispering me, "Don't go." And I finally said, "I'm not going, but it's okay, you can." Richard, I'm going to call you up because I have something for you. I want you to remember all the wonderful times that you're your dad and for sharing with me. Riding bikes to breakfast. Going to the lake house, to the Keys. Remember our Coan versus Britton? Our run, what was it? Run, jump, swim, something. Tennessee. We had lots of competitive things going on. But remember you asked me about your dad's shirts? And I said I gave them away. Well, I told a little white woman because I gave them to a sister. And she made a beautiful blanket for you. Pretty to help with that. So these are all. You will have that to wrap yourself in that. And Jack, thank you for being here for me. We have a special bond. So anyhow, thank you all for coming, and let's celebrate our guy.
Karen, that was beautiful. Thank you. Andy had some tough times the last 2.5 years of his life, but I could not imagine how he would have borne everything that was piled on him without you there. So you were